Meantime, Miss Honey is doing her duties, and Daenerys looks up. Um, you okay, Miss Honey? You seem a bit excited. Oh, nothing. It's. I don't want to get him in trouble. You've seen something. What is William doing? Um, well, he won't be in trouble, I assure you, Miss Sandy. But I am interested in what you've seen. Mary's now had lip grin. Well, I was going to go out to the gardens to find you, but noticing you weren't there, then I kind of watched William. He was doing something strange, really, as he was walking about, rubbing his ribs top to bottom 3 times, rubbing his behind, and rubbing his, yes, he was rubbing his whole area, saying things like, oh, the things that Daenerys does to me. How do I love thee? Oh my god. Are you serious? Did anybody else hear him? No, I accidentally stumbled on a pot. Kind of keep from laughing myself. And I guess he was calling out. Fortunately, he didn't see me. And so I look at him. He's rubbing his ribs top to bottom 3 times again. Then he stretches his arms out and spun in a circle and rubs his bottom again. Both Daenerys and Zombie are laughing about this. Oh my god. And he says, oh, Daenerys, the thing you put me through, how do I love this? Oh my god. Somebody's gonna notice. I thought maybe putting him in the darkness would cool him off. Well, should we make it to me? No, let's agree between us to keep this between ourselves. Wouldn't want to embarrass the guy. This human, William. But if you see anything else, not that I'm asking you to spy on him, I'd love for you to share it with me. I find this very stimulating. Yes, well, I shall do this from here on out. Very well, Miss Sandy. Thank you for informing me of his unfortunate status that I put him through. I don't want to totally cut him off from much love making experiences I want from you. I guess I'll have to probably kill you a little bit stronger to handle the reactions of my sweat. Not do it twice in a day. Yes. Very well then. We'll keep this between us and it is confidential. Yes, my queen. I think I better go have a look and see what William's up to. And so with that, Daenerys, as Missandei goes to the kitchens to take care of things, starts heading out to the flower garden. Daenerys then looks for William, as William now feels a lot better as the effects have finally worn off, and William is enjoying himself. William, are you around here? She kind of walks down a little ways on the path. William, the wife of the other flower gardener, stands up and then bows before her. Have you seen William? Oh, yes, he's over there. It wasn't our idea. Please forgive us. Oh no, it's okay, Priscilla. I kind of think I already know who's up and decided to do this thing. Yes. Well, you may continue your duties. So she walks over to William. Oh, hi. And what do you think you're doing? Oh, well, I was bored and decided to help out in the gardens. She puts her hand over her mouth slightly. William, did I do something wrong again? Why are you doing servant's work? Why, I had nothing to do. I was kind of bored. Just like making your pigs in a blanket, which cooking is something women do too. I'll go ahead and excuse this time, because you have strange human ways and customs, and I find very stimulating and humorous about you, William. You continue to amaze me with the strange things that you do, which is not customary for our world. Sorry. It's okay, William. I'm not upset with you. She grabs both his wrists gently. I want you to go inside. It's not anything I want to hear comment on. Yes, my queen. And wash your hands. Now, please. Yes, my queen. So he goes inside, and the one who had the book and keeping records of garden duties. Please forgive me. He insisted that he wanted to help in the gardens. We tried to tell him it was servant's work. It's okay. I have no grievance against you. In fact, I found this quite humorous. Yes, as did we, because it's not something that we would expect a guest of yours to do. Yes, and under normal circumstances they wouldn't. You are all doing well. I have nothing to be upset with you about. It was his doing, and I've corrected him on this. Thank you, my queen, for understanding. Yes, and you all are doing well. Thank you. And so with that, they go their separate ways. And William comes back out and looks around, and Daenerys nowhere to be seen. And then she comes up behind him and gently tugs on his clothing. William, yes, Deanerys, I do not want to catch you doing this again. Oh, again, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. It's just that this is considered servant's work. And as long as I've chosen you to be my suitor, suitors don't stick their hand in the dirt, even if it's to do gardening. And they don't cook. Although I understand it is something you did in your world, you have to remember you promised to let me groom you and change things about you. And this obviously, with not being your world, is something that you'll have to eventually get used to and not practice anymore. She has a big smile when she's saying this, because she finds this all very fascinating and funny. Alright, I promise not to play in the dirt anymore. And your humor is quite interesting, although I know you weren't playing, you were trying to help out, that is okay. This is for you. And she hands over a leather bag. What's this? Consider it a type of allowance. Oh, well, I don't want you to think that, she looks at the crowd. It's not that I'm paying you for your services of loving me. I hope you understand that. That's not the intent I'm trying to make by handing you this. Oh, I wasn't going to think anything like that. Good. I think I just know something that will give you something to do. And as long as you continue to make the effort to allow me to make the changes of you and groom you to my expectations, since you are now my chosen suitor, I will try to have an allowance for you so that you can have something to do until such time that we can figure out what skills you have so you can have an occupation. Alright. Well, thank you, Deanerys. This will give me a chance to get you a nice surprise. Really? I was wondering. Yes. And he sits on a bench and she sits beside him, looking at him sweetly. I was wondering, though you chose me as a suitor, would it be, would you want me to wait in accordance with my human customs of Earth for 6 months to a year to maybe ask something special of you? Which is similar to that of me being a suitor. A custom I want to do when I give you these gifts. Really? Wow. Is this what you call spoiling a woman of your world getting guests all the time. Yes. I do like this custom way. Not that I would expect you to do this, but yes. I think I can get used to this. And if you're talking about us being married, why would you want to wait so long? Well, that was customary in my world, at least minimum was 6 months, like I told you when one goes on a date. Yes, but we haven't been on a date. Although we could always make up for that after we're married, if we don't get the opportunity beforehand. Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea. We can always go on a date so anytime. Yes. Don't your world believe that if one is in love, they should not wait so long to be married? Uh, no, my world's a little bit slow on that, I guess. Well, I believe that love should grow when one is married. And since I've chosen you as my suitor, I don't see why one should wait. Were you thinking of exercising a human custom of yours? I haven't even planned anything for the ceremony yet, but I am eventually getting there, caught up on things to plan on this. Well, no, I don't like your custom, and yes, I wanted to throw maybe, with your permission, put a part of my custom in with yours. I think that would be great, since it will be a historical moment of our being married. Yes, and so if you're okay and this doesn't frighten you, no, I mean, I'm okay with it if you feel that we should get married and as soon as possible. Good. This will also help me out, given my position, because I have some that are very, well, perturbing to me, because they want me to have someone, as I sit on the throne. I understand. Well, in any case, not that we would have problems, but we can always make the marriage work and talk things out, because that's just what one who is married to another does. Well, hopefully we don't have problems. I would like to think that I wouldn't be anyway displeasing to you. Oh, you haven't, William. The things you do continues to amaze me. Anyway, she leans over and kisses him for the longest time. I will see you later, William. And not here digging in the flower bed again, right? Right. So William kisses her back. I love you too, Deanerys. Sticks her with a smile, roll your eyes a little bit. And I look forward to see what you will be getting me. Alright, so with that, she goes back into the palace, and William gets ready to go to the marketplace, since he's never been outside the palace yet, and this will be his first time experience, except for the one time when he was escorted by Grey Worm. As William is outside the palace, getting ready to head to the marketplace, he comes across a seamstress and shows her a design for a heraldry banner that represents his heraldry, and asks if she can have it made that doesn't take a whole lot of time. She looks it over and sees that it's quite simple compared to the artwork they do in their world, and assures him that this shall be made by towards the end of the day. He thanks her and pays her for her service, and she is quite delighted on this, since he doesn't know how the currency system works, except that they're small golden coins with some kind of dragon emblem on it. He probably hopes that he didn't overpay her, but at the same time, it gave her a big smile on her face because it made her feel important, so apparently he's doing the right thing. And then he continues on. Once again, in the marketplace, it is very large, almost like being at a super mall or a mall with many shops in his world, except without the roof, of course. And there's just all kinds of things to see: blacksmiths, jewelry, swords, fruits and vegetables, just anything you could think of. As he goes through every area, he sees that a little girl, not knowing where her parents are at, seems to be trying to get things set up, and certain things are falling, and he helps out, puts the fruit back for her. Thank you. You're welcome. Um, Here. And he hands her some. Oh, wow, my first sale. Thank you for the fruit. I haven't tried this before. I hope you like it. It's fresh out of our gardens. Mom and Dad have me help those set up. Well, good. Are you a human? Uh, why do you ask? Well, you look different than everybody else. I've only heard of myths and legends about you, and rumors have it there's a human here in our world. Yes, but don't tell nobody. You are human. Yeah, shh. Queen doesn't want everybody to know yet. Your secret's safe with me. And William hands her another coin and holds a finger to it, lest she understands that she's being paid not to say nothing. She watches it as he goes off. Wow, Daenerys saw me do this, she'd probably think I was nuts. He laughs to himself, continues on. And so he points out other things, some items that require jewelry making, a scepter to represent his home world, and one for her to represent her world. A simple crown, though he has to get her permission to wear it, like a duke's crown, and a special crown for her because he thinks that she would look really beautiful sitting on a throne in Marine with a crown of jewels, and they will symbolically represent certain things. He then has 2 rings made to represent the custom of his world, an engagement ring and a wedding ring. And then he gets large stones, one heart-shaped, and the other 3 distinctly shaped, and to represent something to be put in a special wooden box. He also has other boxes ordered for the other gifts. The crowns, of course, will be put in like a chest, like a treasure chest. And then he goes to someone who does tapestries, and he just has to notice that off to his right. They look like various rugs, and shows them on a type of design that would represent his world, and with much symbolism put into it of the 2 worlds uniting by the marriage that would be taking place, which is historical for the House of Targaryen. They seem delighted to work on such a project. And so between the blacksmith and the jewelers who are working on his other orders, this one here will be done as well towards the evening, because unlike the tapestries he sees, the emblems are quite simple and it won't take that long to make. So towards the end, he gets some beautiful flowers from a flower girl. Where's your mom and dad? Well, unfortunately, due to the war, they, it's okay. I probably shouldn't have asked. No, it's okay. You didn't know. Are you that human? Yes, but you can't say nothing. Okay. And I'd like to get these for our queen. Oh, yes. So he picks out some beautiful, what looks to be like roses like that of earth, and with some other smaller white flowers mixed in. She puts it in a vase for him, and then he pays her for the flowers. And this is something extra, not to let everybody know that I'm the legendary myth human walking here, because the queen doesn't want everybody to know yet, even though she announced it. I understand. Your secret's safe with me. Okay. She was a little bit older than the one putting the fruit on the other stem, but it was all cool. People are starting to get used to this stranger walking about them. So then he goes back to the palace. Once back at the palace, he then is sitting on this one terrace where they had sat before when she used to ask him personal questions about how a human loves a human female. William, I see you're back. Yes. And as you can see, I haven't said it all, but at the same time, I think you're going to love your surprises. Really? Um, so what did you get me? Well, if I tell you, when you get surprised. And she starts tickling. Deanerys, I heard you said you had tickle spots. Come on, tell me. No, I can't do that. You can, even if I commanded it. Oh, but that would be so unfair because you can command me to do anything. Yes, I can. Very well, William. I won't ruin the surprise. Because I do like surprises as long as they're good ones. And I don't want to be unfair to use my position to have you tell me. Thank you, Deanery. But I love the fact that you're so ticklish. Perhaps I might want to check out the other tickle area that you said you couldn't mention at one time. Oh, yes. Um, why would you want to tickle that? Because I've never heard of a man's penis being tickled. Ow. It's okay, William. We're not going to talk about this because I don't want to get things stirring in you as they are already starting to stir in me because my mind seems to be wandering every now and then. These are for you also. Oh, William, thank you. She smells them. They are very beautiful. That's just a small sample of things yet to come, as there's going to be much more. Oh, William. She looks around real quickly and they hug each other, her holding up roses, and they kiss for the longest time. Oh, William, I love the things you do for me. Oh, thank you. Um, and I love the things you do for me, too. No human females ever made me feel this way, the way I feel about you. You talk so sweetly. I think I've chosen well, choosing you as my suitor. It will be a historical moment, and we will be quite the talk of the kingdom. Yes, I can imagine. Me, the one not of your world, but yes, you are now part of our world because I have permitted it and allowed it. So you are home, William. Yeah, as long as you have no regrets, and I don't, good, then this is your home. Well, good, I feel at home with you. That's good. And they hug each other and kiss for the longest time again. I am going to take these, and I'm going to put them in my chamber so that way I will have something to enjoy every time I wake up. I will see you later, William. And you don't need to keep bowing before me. I think I can make an exception now. Alright. But you will have to when you come to the throne room. Just to keep proper etiquette, you know. I understand. So she kisses him real quickly on the lips again, and she takes off. During lunch, they have together, um, Asante comes up to Daenerys. Uh, Son, Sandy, you have something you have to inform me about? Yes. Um, she leans over. Dario wishes to have an audience with you. He's back from a special assignment that he was sent on. I see. Please inform him that I will speak to him in a while, that I am currently busy, but I will be sitting on the throne soon, and will hear his report. Yes, McQueen, I will let him know. Thank you. So, Asante then walks off. Liam, yes. In a little while, I have to do some duties in the throne room. Will the surprises take very long? No, in fact, it will be towards the almost near the end of the day, I think. That's what they said. I see. Well, I may have to attend to these duties soon. But if the things you wish to present me should arrive sooner, as Queen, I can postpone this for a while. Well, if that should happen, and it just so happens that then somebody comes up to him, you, William? Yes. There has been some packages arrived. Oh, Daenerys looks delighted in anticipation like a teenage girl. These be my surprises? Not sure. I see. Well, William, you may go ahead and check on these things, and I look forward to when I can see them. Very well then. And so he gets up and humbly, because somebody's present in the house before she accepts this, and he follows the messenger out. We have the crates here and everything that you have ordered. And so they carefully pry open certain crates of small boxes of things that are gifts that he wishes to present her. Wow. I didn't quite document in my devices the other things I got for her, but that's okay. It looks all good. And then they open up the great chest. Oh, yes, she's gonna love this. This, I take it, is all for the Queen. Yes, how did you know? Oh, we kind of had a good idea. It's nice that you would spoil a Queen this way. No man has ever done this. Perhaps it'll be good for all of us. Well, hopefully it makes a good impression on her. Well, good luck. Well, I kind of was confused, not knowing what the guy meant by that, but okay, so he accepts it with solace. And so everything now is in the entry, and others help you unpack them off to the meeting room where he's going to present them. There he finally comes out of the banquet hall. So, William, what do we have? Well, it just so happens I have quite a few things to give you. Really, I do look forward to this. Well, are you ready to see them? Oh, yes. So, with that, they then head off to the meeting room. Missandei and a fellow guard also decide to join in as he goes about checking his duties. I look forward to seeing what you have for our Queen. Well, I have nothing to hide. I assure you everything is all safe. Very well then. I would love to see this, with the Queen's version, of course. Yes, you may stand by, and I'm sure William has nothing harmful for me. I trust him this far. Good. So with that, they all are heading off to the meeting room. Once in the meeting room, William waited until everyone got seated. All right. This is kind of nerve-wracking for me. Daenerys, I hope you don't mind. I know that usually you're not into, from some rumors I've heard, men trying to shower you with gifts. Mine hopefully will be with a purpose, and that you'll like what I have presented you. She kind of looks at him with a smile. Please proceed, William. I'm quite anxious to see what you have gotten me. I'm sure I will like everything that you have. All right. So he then first opens up the first crate and pulls out a jewelry box. And she's quite amazed. It looks very nice indeed. And then he opens the jewelry box and pulls out a red velvet box. And he gets on one knee. I would like to give you this gift first. And by my human custom, we call this a proposal, though you've already proclaimed me your suitor, and with your permission, of course, to blend my custom with yours, Daenerys, Stormborn of the House of Targaryen. Though I be less than that of half a duke, but I do have some royal bloodline in me. Would you marry me? You can open the box if you like. She takes the box, rubs her hand across it. It's nice and soft. She has a smile on her face. And taking like a long swallow, because this is much for her to take in, opens it up and sees 2 rings inside. Oh, wow. May I put one on your finger? Yes, you may. So he takes the one out with what looked like a diamond jewel out and puts it on her finger, and it seemed to fit quite well. And what of the other ring? Well, by human custom and tradition, I have to hang on to it until the day that we get married, because this would be the wedding band that shows symbolism that we are married. I see. Very well, you can hang on to this one. I also have to find a best man, and perhaps I might know of someone. I was thinking perhaps if you didn't have any objections, I could ask Tyrion to be my best man. Really? Well, you'll have to discuss that with him. But I'm sure he would probably be delighted to participate in such a human custom. And I take it these other gifts are mine? Yes. You don't have to give me an answer right away until I present you at least with part of the gifts. All right. She looks at Masani, and Masani's looking at her, and they both kind of smiles about this. He pulls out another box and opens it. In here, because I tried to stay within the customs of your world and your kingdom, Daenerys, are 4 distinct gems. Each gem represents something. And she's quite astounding because they're all 4 different colors. The first represents my heart, for which you have captured. My heart will always be yours. The second is my soul, for which I have asked you to, if you would permit it to possess. Yes, and you remember I said you already are possessed that night, but we don't need to go into that. I'm sure you understand why. Yes. So, Will tries to regain composure, and she's delighting in how he's almost turning 3 shades of red, remembering last night. The green represents my mind. Some may say it's my spirit. For that which I give the gift of knowledge, which is currently being constructed. And the other, pink, represents my life, for which I would gladly lay down, though you be symbolically the stronger dragon, the mother dragons. I would gladly champion you and lay my life down for you to defend you against those who would come crossing your path and who would try to sway you, not respecting the fact that you have chosen me, if you would permit it. Yes, I would. I am not interested in any other man. But please continue. I do like these gems, and I shall cherish these always, William. Is there anything else? Yes. She proceeds aside, and he pulls out a scroll that's wrapped in blue ribbon. Now these here, I want to do this first before I pull out the rest of the jewelry box, is based on my heraldry for which you adopted. And it represents, well, you might call it House of McEachran, but we would just call it McEachran clan for my world. I hope you like this. So she unties the ribbon, looking from it to William with a smile, and opens it up. Oh, wow. And it turns out to be a heraldry banner. The crown up top shows that I do have royal duke blood in me, though it only be 45% based on the genealogical history that's been handed down to my family. And again, it's not my intent, at least when I was on Earth, to start any problems. The mere fact that the castle would still stand is good enough for me. I don't believe in stirring the pot, or as my grandmother would say, you don't rock the boat when another one's country. She kind of agrees to that. The two white triangles represents the fact that we were the ones who started the sailing vessels. You sailed as well. Yes. Well, my genealogy would be way before I was born. Many generations have. The 4-point star to the right represents the belief of our legendary dragons, though they had long since disappeared long ago. The crossed swords at the bottom showed that the McEachran clan were known as the Dukes, and those that they were married to were the Duchesses. The Dukes were like bodyguards to the king and queen and their children, be they prince or princess. The white X, of course, represents my heraldry's location of Scotland. Well, I must say, this is very fascinating, William. Thank you for this, but people may not understand that this, so we will have to hang this in my chambers, because you're not of our world, and that is fine. I can respect that, Deanerys. Very well then, I do like this, and I shall cherish this as well. Then he continues on, and digs more stuff out of the jewelry box. I did not know what gems you like, and since it would seem that red and black is your main colors for your banner, I chose to get you this necklace. Oh, wow. She opens it up and very well pleased. And I thought you said you had no treasures. Well, I decided to use my allowance well, and hope you don't mind. No, that is fine. I do love this. And I think it would also look good with the red dress you have. Yes, it would. Definitely would. And then he takes out another box. Oh my gosh, William. She just seems to be very excited now, like that of a young teenage Targaryen girl. She opens it up. Oh my gosh, a dragon again. Well, you seem to like dragons a lot, since you have 3 dragons that, unlike my world, actually exist, and I've met them by accident. Yes, I remember you told me about this. Well, this orb that the dragon holds is like its heart being given to one who is worthy. I guess it would be safe to say that you are giving me your heart. Yes, William, I have named you my suitor, so that would be symbolically correct. You have done well in our customs and traditions. I do like this. Well, that is everything for the jewelry box now. So she puts everything back in the jewelry box, and it's closed, hands it to Miss Sandy to set aside. He opens up the next wooden crate, and it's quite large, and it unfurls out as he kind of flings it outward. Oh my gosh. This is a like a tapestry, and I suppose if you permitted it, you could hang it in the palace throne room once we are officially married. I shall explain to you what each of the symbols represent. At the very top, you'll notice a triangle upside down. I call these lines strikes. Each strike represents your dragons. Now, below it, for the human world that I come from, is the man sign, and it is in blue. The female sign usually is nothing more than a cross, but because you are Targaryen, and not human, I decided to take the triangle and put it on top of the female sign of my world, because I do not know what your sign is for Targaryen, and so this would show you that you are a female Targaryen. I do love this whale. She's so excited about this. And the waves of the blue pattern shows that I came through symbolically a one-way doorway, what I call the vortex, the ocean of space. Unfortunately, I cannot go back, and I do not have regrets of this, since you had saved me. The emblem on top is what we had started because we, as humans, believe that we should all get along. There should be no reason for terrorism. There should be peace for future space explorations. We call it the United Federation of Planets. To the left, below that, is the United Earth Federation emblem, for which peace began throughout our world, because it is better to work together than fight with each other. Once long ago, an organization called the United Nations tried to duplicate this, but they were starting to fall into corruption. Tried to call it the United Federation of Earth, but that was incorrect. The correct way is the United Earth Federation, not United Federation of Earth. It took, after much corruption, to correct this, because they did not do the correct procedure. To the right, of course, is the miniaturized version of my heraldry, because it shows that I come from Earth as a McEachran, and having less than half of the royal bloodline of being a duke, though I've never really used my title for anything because, well, since my world has undergone many advancements, it wouldn't get me anywhere anyway, and it could cause problems depending on what country I went to, like the Kingdom of England, for example. So, upon advisement, I keep that to myself because there still could be bitter generations of whatever transpired, though I was not alive back then, between those that would be in England and those that live in Scotland. So I took the advice that it's best not to say a word on this. And then, of course, below that is the sphere with the rising sun, which shows that we had a dawn of new era, which was before the catastrophic event happened. And so I thought perhaps you might like to have this, to show that in a historical event, by our being married, we are uniting two worlds. I do like this. This shall be hung in the throne room after we are married. And I take it then this is all that you have now. No, I have much more. She shakes her head and starts laughing a bit, putting her hand up to her left eyebrow, and then lowers her head again and leans forward with her arms propped on her knees. Okay, well, is this what you call spoiling one that you are interested in your world? Yes. You don't mind, do you? No. I've never been spoiled like this before, but please continue. All right. He takes out a treasure chest. This here is something very special. I notice you don't have a crown. Well, I once did, when I held the throne for 3 days. And he opens it up. Oh my gosh. But it was not this good. Well, this here first I would need your permission to wear on our wedding day. It's a simple crown, not to diminish from your authority, like a duke's crown. She kind of looks at it, has a single jewel in the center, and it's kind of bright luster gold. I had to shine it though because your gold is darker than that of hers, and I wanted to try to resemble as much like earth gold compared to that of yours. I like it simple, am modest. Yes, I will permit you to wear this on our wedding day. Then he takes out a scepter. I figured this would be good to represent your kingdom and your authority. It has a dragon within the sphere, with a dragon holding it up, and two dragons on the top. Thus, the dragon on the end of the scepter shows again, your representation of being the mother of dragons. The one in the sphere, of course, would be the largest dragon because it is the one that you said was your favorite. And the other two, of course, up on top because they are the smaller dragons, though it doesn't look that way because they're sitting on the sphere. I like this. Represents my kingdom well. Then he takes out another one. This scepter I had specially made because even though I do not have permission from my world to ask of this, and being that I'm the only human in your world, I would like to request that you would be the Queen Ambassador of my world since we are going to be married. Each jewel represents the kingdoms or continents of my world. She, without hesitation, takes it from his hand, lays it across her lap with a very big grin, and though William doesn't know it, he, again, not that he was doing something dumb and naive intentionally, but it's because he's thinking with the heart that he just gave her power tenfold. I do like this scepter, William, and I will take this. I perhaps maybe will explain, not that I was trying to be rude, why I take your scepter so swiftly. In time, I think you will understand, but I will not resist this. And with it laying across her lap, she does like this. This crown here, I tried to use my symbolism, and the star at top shows that you are the star for your kingdom and your world. The three rubies represent your three dragons. The two emeralds shows that while you're the queen of Marine now, soon you'll be, hopefully, the supreme queen for this iron throne of swords, which I have not seen for the realm of the kingdoms. The pink gems, of course, are just more or less for decoration. And the two stars shows that while you sit at the right hand side, as one faces it, I would sit on the left, but in actuality, as you wear it, it is I who sits at the right hand following in your stead. And the two blue gems shows the union ship, my world in representation of Earth, with your world in representation of your Valerian heritage. She looks it over and her mouth slightly drops, so I'm so shocked and looking it over, silver and gold blended. Oh, William, I do like this. So, would you accept my proposal before I open up the other gifts? Or have I done something wrong by asking you to marry me? No. And yes, William, I will marry you. She leans forward and gives him the longest kiss. Oh, she kind of doesn't forgot herself that the guard was standing by. Perhaps I should go and scout things out. William, you continue to amaze me as well. Never has a man loved our queen so much. I think you're in good hands, Daenerys. I don't think I need to be present any further at this point. Thank you. Sorry about this display. Oh no, Daenerys. This man here, I think, is one to be trusted. I can see he's won your heart many times over. No man of our world can compete with this. He kind of laughs to himself and walks out after he bows. Well, that was certainly quite the show. Yes, Miss Sandy, I kind of forgot myself. I think the rest of these boxes now are still mine. Yes, I have much more for you. Oh my gosh. She's like, looks at him kind of, at first a little bit sternly, but with much anticipation. He then opens up the next crate. I hope this will fit. It's a complete set. He pulls out 2 earrings, and then this headdress. This here would hold the veil in front of you. It is made of silver, and the gold triangles would come on both sides of the cheek, just in front of your ears, and are quite dangly. In my world, we call them the bling bling, but it's what heightens the beauty, which must symbolism. The next piece here is what we call a choker collar. Not that it's trying to choke you, but it's a decoration. And then, of course, below that would be another necklace that would go below that. Then we have the gold waist belt with a large ruby jewel, and that is put over the dress. Then he pulls out a picture, and so when everything's all put together, this would be the total ensemble that you'd be wearing. Oh my gosh, you would look very royal. Yes, I can imagine. Oh man, she has this big smile looking down at him. I do not know what to say. William, you continue to amaze me. And now this is it, right? Well, she looks kind of sternly at somewhat impossibly at him again. You have more? Yes. Oh my god. Well, continue. So he uses whatever tool happens to be nearby and opens it up. Oh my gosh. This is what we would call in my world a hope chest. I suppose once the backing is mounted to it, and he shows a picture of it, it would be like a bench when it's not in use, but you lift up the part you sit on and you can store things in it. Hope meaning things you want to save for, like, when we should have children, if you should decide you'd like to have some with me. And perhaps if we had a daughter, it could be something where you might want her to wear the wedding gown that you would be wearing. Oh, man, I do love this. We'll have to put this in my chambers. I know some other things that you're not allowed to wear that I'm going to be storing in there. Oh, you mean my shorts and underwear? Yes. And one of these days, I'm going to have to find out what is the hole in the center of this thing you call underwear for. But we don't have to discuss that now. Oh, he's and I do like the 3 shades of red, so it must be some reason for that center hole. But we'll discuss that when the time's right. Okay. So, quickly changing the subject. Is there anything else? Well, there's this last crate here, well, second to last crate here. But these, I'm not sure if you'd want to wear these or not. One's a bit short, most of your legs would show. Oh, well, I don't know about that. The other 2 are to accentuate the beauty of your breasts. Well, she kind of rolls her eyes with a big smile. You're not expecting me to have either of my breasts hanging out, are you? No, they kind of are covered. I'm not going to probably wear these on the throne, William, although I'm very moved by these strange things that you have done. But perhaps I can wear them at a special occasion. Well, there is a custom if you're interested. Yes. We call it a honeymoon. A honeymoon. Yeah, it's like a special vacation after you're married where a married person goes with the one that they have married to be gone, say, like for anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, going seeing what there is to see and doing all kinds of things for fun. Well, I don't know about a month, and 2 weeks might be a bit much, but we can plan for this later. And then I might wear these special dresses. So she doesn't bother taking them out, and she plans on maybe wearing these at a later time. So there's one more. Okay. And he opens it up, takes out a stand, and then Oh my gosh. And it's a deep purple dress, and she quite likes this. And this here we would call a ballroom gown. It's for like dancing in. Kingdoms in my palace would wear such things, for the women anyway. And I don't know if you do, well, you said you don't dance in your kingdom, but perhaps you might be an inspiration to host such a ball in your palace. I do like this. And then there's one more. It goes with this tiara crown. It's not like the crown you would wear on the throne, but it's more like for accentuating the other gown that you would wear. I see. And, well, I think I will wear this gown like the others at a later time. Not that I don't want to see it, but you have given me so much, William, and I do love this. You, you are a treasure indeed, William. I am so happy that I found you on the beach when I did. And she just kind of looks at him with a big smile. William's not sure what to say. She kind of stands up, comes up close to him. William, I not only will marry you, but I would love to have children with you. Really? Yes. And that time will come and I will let you know when. Well, okay. I would love to have children with you. True. And she leans forward and looks him deep in the eyes and kisses him for the longest time, giving him again a Targaryen kiss by biting on his bottom lip and pulling outward a bit with a big smile. You, William, have spoiled me by your human custom. I have never had such pleasures as this, and I hope that I too, though I be a queen, will be able to please you as much as you have pleased me. Well, I believe it's my duty, Deanerys, to please you, to serve you any way I can, to champion you, and give you all that your heart's desire. And you will, William. I do love you, and I love you too, Deanerys. Well, I must attend to some business that calls my attention in the throne room. Will you be joining me soon, Missandei? Yes, my queen. So, Daenerys then heads out from the lounge area of the meeting room. I hope I wasn't overdoing it. Well, let me tell you this much, William. No man has done what you have done today. And I can tell you right now, she's not going to forget this. It won't be a form of punishment, but I think great will be a reward. Missandei has a big smile on this. You have done well, and you need not worry, you have won her heart. Well, it is a custom that not of my world, that's per se, but of mine. When I love someone so much, sometimes I kind of accidentally overdo it, and I like to spoil the woman I love. Well, this is good. Sometimes thinking with your heart can get you in trouble, but then again, spoiling a woman the way you have, perhaps any woman would be foolish not to have a man like you in her life. And the fact that you never tried to come after her for her wealth or anything, this too, I am pretty sure, greatly pleases her. You are a treasure to behold, and though she be wealthy and have many things, you are the greatest treasure she's ever had. Continue doing what you're doing, William, and I assure you, you'll be rewarded many times over. Well, thank you, Missandei. So with that, then, Missandei then heads to the throne room where Daenerys is at.